Hey y'all.
What's up, man?
Welcome back to the Steamer Step Out. It's just us. The kids are like in the house, and we got the oldest one holding down the fort because the baby girl's taking a nap. But we had to like get in our car, y'all, because we just needed a quiet place. We got a bunch of kids,
and it's never quiet.
It's never safe and it's never quiet. Anyways, so update. I know it's been like probably a month since we did our last video.
It's been 8 minutes.
But it got real. It really got real.
Yeah, it did.
So we couldn't just like, we had to go ahead and live life and just document it as we go. We did. We got some great stuff for y'all. So
we do.
Quick update. Last time we talked to y'all, we were kind of talking about like everything that goes into moving and like what we had decided to ultimately do, and half of the stuff we didn't do because it just got down to the nitty gritty, and we wanted to make a move. What was the best move for our family? So, guess where we are at? Colorado. Because we do what we say we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it takes. So,
and I just think we crazy. We crazy.
We are. We have learned.
We are crazy.
We knew already, but we have definitely learned about each other that we are insane.
There's no other way
in the best way.
Yeah.
So, anyways, quick update on what we ended up doing. Remember, we kept on saying, "Oh, we don't want to sell all of our furniture." Blah 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 blah. Yeah, sold all of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Everything, all the furniture. What else did we sell?
We sold our deep freezer, couch, bed set, dining room table,
some clothes was like, we ain't never about to wear this.
Accent chairs. We pretty much sold all the heavy furniture and some clothes, basically.
Yeah, we pretty much sold everything except for the essentials that we need. Like even a lot of the kitchen stuff, we just kept a little bit of the kitchen stuff.
And we sold all of that because I'm pretty sure you guys were like, what's going on? Why are you guys selling everything? We sold all of that because
we bought an RV.
We bought a travel trailer, guys.
So, we did that for a lot of different reasons, but it turned out to be a really good option for us.
Very good option.
One thing that I do want to be completely frank about for people, and we've already started footage for this, but one thing I want to be completely frank about for people wanting to move to Colorado, especially if you have a large family, it is very expensive here, especially if you're coming from the South. If you're coming from the South, it's going to be like, oh my God. But if you're coming from like Cali or like New York or, you know, maybe some of those places on the East Coast that are a little bit more expensive, then you may be okay. It may be around this, not around the same. Well,
real quick, there's a bunny right there.
Is it a bunny? Where is the bunny? Oh, look at the bunny.
Y'all, there is a bunny right here. Like,
you're all on our computer and not on our. We have a camera too, or else I would turn and let you see it. But that's cute, freaking bunny. You can take a picture of him. We'll take a picture and hopefully we can put the picture like right here, or maybe we could cut the whole screen and just pop the bunny in because he is so cute. Oh, that's a little cute bunny.
That is a very cute bunny. So y'all, that's the bunny right there. We're currently streaming, but anyways.
Okay. So if you are coming from like a place that's expensive, but like, I think that the thing that makes a place like New York or California less expensive is the state taxes there, because they have a greater state tax. Here in Colorado, the state tax is 4.63, and that's way like cheaper than New York or California. And in some places they have county taxes in Cali and stuff like that. So, but when it comes to like food, like just to give y'all a gauge, a 5-pound roll of ground meat I saw at this grocery store like called King Supers, it was freaking $16.45, which some people are like, oh my God, that's okay. No, I'm from the South, boo-boo. That thing's supposed to be $8. I'm sorry. That's a lot. Then the other day, me and Bab were like, oh, you know, we're going to eat a like quick lunch. You know, but we was kind of really hungry because we've been running around. So we were like, oh, we're going to eat some chili dogs. So we was like, we're going to go to this grocery store. This is a Kroger company, so Kroger is kind of expensive anyway. We have found the cheaper grocery stores. But anyway, we went to this place and we were like, let's get a can of chili so we can have some chili dogs. How much was it, baby?
It was $2.19 for one can of chili.
He was mesmerized. He was like,
I was like, Okay. I instantly put everything that we had in
I
the
was
basket
like,
down.
the devil is a lie, and I'm going to Walmart for some chili sauce that's 99 cents.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we bought an RV for several reasons.
Yes.
And we have, how many reasons do we have?
So we got our top 5 reasons that we bought a travel trailer for us. And the things that, come with it and don't come with it, we're going to go through a list of our top 5 reasons for buying it. And number 1 is flexibility. So the freedom to move at our own pace. I like this option. That is what stood out to me the most. Getting an RV with the option was the freedom to just move whenever we really wanted to. We stayed at a bunch of parks and got some really good footage of those. And
I didn't get footage of that one in Colorado Springs.
Oh,
that one was so beautiful.
It really was.
Sorry, guys.
But the fact of just picking up your home and moving it somewhere with you, and then it's all worth it when you're settling down somewhere in the mountains or, settling at a state park and this is where you are at and everything's behind you. And it's just like, it presents the option of that freedom that just, there's nothing tying you down. Most times when you move to an apartment or a house, somewhere in the city, then it's like you're kind of tied into that,
Yeah.
With the RV, with the travel trailer, you really not, Tomorrow we decide we found a better park in Denver or Colorado Springs or Silverthorne. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Just hook it up and
going.
And I think too, first of all, let me just say, we're not like strapped for money. We could have rented a house and we could have rented an apartment easily. But I think that it's kind of a safety net because this is our first time actually living outside of the place that we were born and raised. We've done some traveling, but it's our first time actually living. And so when we started kind of talking about like, do we think this is going to be our forever home before we came here? We both thought this is a great place to come, but we both have other places that we would like to experience living. And so it doesn't make sense to like put these roots down and then rip our kids up from their roots again. And so like our kids have been pretty resilient. Like I'm super impressed with them. Yeah. But I think that like being able to just like, if we decide, one of the places that we really looked at wanting to go was Oregon. And so we decide in a year, like, hey, we want to move to Oregon, then we don't have to like sell everything we own again and try to figure out, all these logistics to moving. We just hook this travel trailer up to this tow vehicle that we're sitting in and we just travel to Oregon. And we have to have the finances to travel there. But even then, there was a lot of money that we felt like was becoming a money barrel. Right. Like, trying to like basically pay for our things to be moved. It just wasn't worth it. It's like we paid however much money. We paid about $1,000 less for our furniture than what we would have had to pay to actually move it here. And then another huge thing that I want y'all to consider is it is very hard to find a place to live here. Yeah. The availability is not there because people are traveling and migrating here. And a lot of people are being moved here for work. Like this is the first store that's going to be open in my company here because it's such a hot place now. People are migrating here. So a lot of people are renting rather than buying. So it's much harder to rent here. Even with the RV, to find a spot that we wanted, like the spot that we have has a gate around it, and it's basically like a yard for our kids to play in. Right. Even then, it was really like hard to find somewhere. So like that was one of the things. I think the flexibility was a huge thing for me because I don't want my kids to like have to deal with new, what I'm saying? They like it too. And I'm surprised about it. They love it. Yeah. The
kids, I think that when we moved to this lot, because when we first pulled in, we had a regular lot, which was just a pull through and it was, real crowded. And so we ended up finding this one that's, like I said, gated in. It's a fence. It has a yard, and I mean a yard. And we'll tour our spot where we are, and like a driveway. So it makes it feel like a home, and the kids love it. The kids are outside every day. They catching grasshoppers. So it presents them with the challenge. It presents them with the option of just being outside, being free. And I don't think that they notice it. I think that helps a lot. So I think, number one, that freedom to move was what jumped out at me. The second reason just going into affordability. I mean, just for what we bought our trailer for what we,
Like we paid cash.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we bought our trailer for $7,000. And that came with pretty much everything that we needed. I mean, it was the right size for us. We got it all. And it's just that we paid that and we're done. You know what I mean? We bought a tow vehicle and we pay our lot rent. But as far as, bills and everything else, like I felt like the affordability of that versus, because let me tell you, like she said, renting, like we went to the lowest of the lowest, and we went to the highest of the highest.
Because we're not scared to live in the hood,
right?
Because
So,
we from the hood,
exactly. So you got to start where you can, and everybody needs to start on the spectrum where they are the most comfortable. Always live within your means, but it's not cheap. 2 ones, 3 ones. They're starting at like $1,750, $1,800, and that's the basic. It's not out here $1,800 is really the basic. Like you're gonna have a 3-1. It might be about, I don't even know, maybe 1,100 square feet, like real small. So it's not huge, and it's not. And then you get to the most expensive, and that's like
$3,000 or $4,000
a month. And even then, you can find some $3,000 a month homes that's regular.
This is regular. And coming from the South, everything is big.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And you get a lot more for your money. So we were just like, we were already, before we left home, to a place where we're like, we really don't want to rent anymore because we don't want to just throw our money away.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't also want to put roots down somewhere if we're not sure that's where we want to be.
Right. So the affordability, the price and everything, that just jumped out. That was a no-brainer for us,
Yeah.
Just to kind of get into it. So that goes into number 3. And number 3 is our progress towards our dream. So we've always had the dream of traveling full time. So with the RV, with the travel trailer, getting into that is step number 1 toward becoming full-time RVers. We both have the dream to travel. We both have the dream to just, be on the open road and kind of do, wherever the road takes us, kind of a thing. Our kids are, growing up, and we kind of like the idea of nature and where we go being their teacher and us homeschooling. So we said that ties in right with everything. That aligns with what we want to do. So, renting here or trying to find an apartment or a house or whatever,
it would just put us
us back because
now we still got to
now we have to pay, a lot of money towards that. And realistically, how much traveling are we going to do? You see what I'm saying? So with this, it gives us the option of, in the summers or spring break,
on vacation.
We can, vacation. We can take our lot with us, we still have our lot, but we can take our rig with us and go, you know what I mean? And just go. And even if we do decide to, which I think we will get to a point where we become full-time RVers and our kids are going to be
hopefully
homeschooled.
In the next year and a half.
Yeah. When we do, it's like we're already there. We're not like full-time RVing for the first time in the RV and this is our first year doing, it's like we're building up. We're learning all the tricks and trades, all the things that work for us, what don't work for us, getting the system now. So that way, when we do hit the road and we do become full-time RVers, we already have a system in place, a foundation.
I'm pretty sure y'all are like, these foods is crazy. But the thing is, people do it all the time. We follow so many people on YouTube who live this lifestyle all the time. They travel full time and they homeschool their children. They work from home or they have their own businesses and they travel. And can you imagine how cool it would be to be like teaching your kids something about history and then actually go there?
History, yeah.
I just believe in a free type of lifestyle for children to be able to be who they are. At the same time as understanding how to be who they are in the world. And a big problem that I have always had with public school or even private school, whatever, traditional school, I should call it, is I feel like they're just programming people to be the same all the time.
Yeah.
And so whenever kids get out of school, their struggle is trying to learn to be themselves versus that should be something that's second nature. And I just feel like that kind of pushes people back.
Yeah.
And so, that's one of the things, being able to homeschool our kids and also to be able to teach them things that would be actually useful to them. I mean, for real, when's the last time you used algebra? Probably not. If you don't have it, use it in your everyday career, probably not anytime recent.
Right.
And the reality is, I much rather would have learned. I would much rather have learned how a credit score works, credit utilization, how to grocery shop, how to cook, how to buy a car, what it looks like to finance, what is a correct APR, what even is an APR, like when somebody runs my credit that is gonna take 3 or 4 points off. I would have much rather learned that in school, how to balance a checkbook, credit cards, bank accounts.
Just
loans,
essential
life skills that you really need to know to get through life. Yeah. And I'm not taking anything away from the things that we learn, but let's be real.
Right.
If you went to college, your first history class, when you realized that everything you learned in high school was a lie, that pissed me off. I don't want that to be my kid.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, I totally agree. You know, I just felt like,
stay with us, and then you'll see us doing this, because obviously you see that everything we say we're gonna do it,
and people do it. Like I said, people do it. So that kind of wraps up number 3. Number 4, we said financial security. So
we're doing right now Dave Ramsey Financial Peace Course. So tying into number 3, we want to travel full time. Obviously, we don't want to have any debt when we do that.
Exactly.
So we have paid off a lot of consumer debt, and now we're trying to pay off student loans, and we have one car note. We bought the tow vehicle cash.
Yep.
So
did with the trailer. So I mean that all ties. So that's why everything ties in, you know, with each other right now as far as that, because that frees up a lot of, you know, that consolidates our bills, that takes away our debt, so that way we put more money towards other debts that we might have to pay. But it's almost like cut in half. You really miss a lot of bills living in houses that are associated or apartments or wherever. You know, I feel like this way, if you want to become financially secure and you're thinking about it, this is the way to go. Because I've had, I think we know 2 people. First of all, our old pastor's done this, and so did a friend of ours that went to that same church, done the same kind of like the same thing. As far as like living in an RV, using that time to save and, you know, pay bills off, to where when they got out of the trailer, they were debt free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So small sacrifice now, but huge one for them. And I don't either, but I'm saying
I really like it.
I do too.
Know. I thought that I would have so much trouble like with the smaller space, but I guess it's because I was thinking about it in the sense of Texas, where it's like it's so hot you can't really go outside.
Yeah.
But here it's beautiful, and you don't spend a lot of time inside.
You don't.
We eat dinners outside. Now when it's cold, we have like a table that we'll pop up and eat on and everything. But we don't spend a lot of time inside, and the space doesn't bother me, because whenever you see our tour of our trailer, we have our own room with the door on it. The kids have a bunk bed. The couch goes out to a bed. So like, it's not, I don't know why. I just feel like the small space is going to be so hard.
Yeah, I thought so too once we first got it, but I mean,
it's not.
Not that I'm in it. And like I said, I say sacrifice like loosely. I mean, it's a mentality, it's a mindset to, you know, come down and do all of this to basically secure your future. You know what I mean? But it's really not a sacrifice. To be honest, how I viewed it when I got in it, it really made me just feel like, what do we need all that extra space really for? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
and extra stuff. Oh my God, how much stuff?
We had a lot.
And we wouldn't even use it. I forgot I had half of that stuff.
Yeah, man. When we moved, for real, because we had to bust it down, guys, for real. Like, we both have like too many closets, right? And I mean many for real. The kids' mom had to make a closet, and then they have another little mini closet that the baby and Sunday share, and then Goddess and Christian, the oldest 2, they share. Mom made like a makeshift closet with a tension rod at the top, and we'll tour and all that. But for real, we did a lot of like consolidating, because you live in a trailer life. It's minimal lifestyle, so
minimalistic.
Yeah. So we have storage up underneath the girls' bed, and so do we. You know what I mean?
So we put like winter
clothes, and but not big. You know. So when we moved, I really was just like, this is a lot of extra stuff that for real you don't really need. And you know, a lot of stuff I was holding on to, but it was so liberating to let me go. And the night of our final night of consolidation with our clothes. And we were busting it down in the trailer before we left Houston.
Because we did get a really small storage.
Yeah, we did.
When I say small, it's like when you go
it's
to an
5
apartment.
by 5.
Yeah, you go to an apartment.
It's a small
the
walk.
Kids
it's not
closet.
even. It's not even a walk-in closet.
It's just clothes there that's like clothes that are like these are really nice or really expensive clothes.
Right.
That like I only bought the stuff that worked best the style aesthetic of my current job. But if I needed to get another job or something,
that
like I could
ship them.
Yeah, I could have my grandma or somebody ship them. Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I really feel really good. I think the first time Mom made like a really good meal in there, like that. After that, I was just like, oh yeah, it's not. And then we took our dinette table out. So that really like. That turned the whole trailer like upside down to me. Like that was just like, woo.
Because we don't have a slide on it.
Right.
And so that makes a smaller space. But when we looked at it, we also looked at another one with the slide, but again, we want to pay cash. So we would have had a small note on there, which we didn't feel like was worth it. And we looked at it and we said, hey, like, could y'all take this out? Which was like the eat-in part. And once they took that out and we got a whole bunch of open space for the two little kids to play in, man.
Yeah.
It was like, because this year the big girls are going to school, because what we're doing is we're testing homeschooling on Sunday, which is the 3-year-old, and we're going to do pre-K for her. We're testing it on her to see like what the routine would be like, because obviously our oldest is in 4th and our second one is in 2nd.
Yeah.
And so they're in a good stride. So we want to make sure that we're equipped. And we've looked at a couple of different curriculums. So once we took that out and we realized that they had space to walk around, we were like, okay, like this is definitely manageable.
And the kids are in there like when we're all in there. It has been where we had to stay in, like we couldn't go out due to rain, and we've stayed in there and comfortable. I mean, the girls get in their bed. Like I said, the couch turns into a jackknife sofa. So I mean a bed.
Got my throw pillows.
Yeah,
on there,
we took the beds. I put up our TVs. I have one right in the middle, right in the living room, one in our room. Man, we bunked down. We went to Redbox before I got the internet hooked up. We went to Redbox, got some DVD players and some movies, and man, I mean, you really couldn't tell. It was just so homey. Mm-hmm. It felt like we were back in our 4-bedroom apartment, just hanging out in our room, watching TV. The girls were in the living room, just nothing. So that kind of ties into number 5 as far as, our 5th reason.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby. You know what we didn't put in number 1? Flexibility. We're talking about freedom to move. Also, it's a safety net, because if we decide we need to retreat back to home,
there you go.
Link it up, baby. Let's get up out of here.
We can go roll home, and I'm good with that.
We got plenty of family. We can park in somebody's driveway.
Oh, yeah.
We can park in somebody's backyard. We can figure it out. Or, honestly, lot rent in Texas ain't nothing. Like $300
for 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's about $600 about every 2 weeks. It's about $250 $100 more here.
That lot that we was at before we left,
the RV resort.
Yeah, the RV resort
How much was that?
Our neighbors said that
for
a
the
month they was paying $890,
and we pay $890 right now for every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I let you know, but that kind of goes into like I said, what we were just talking about as far as taking a dinette and table out. The variety and the functionality is number 5. There's so many floor plans. There's so many like options, things you can do to them, how to customize them. And that's why I say, like, you paying your money for it, but for real, you get what you pay for. Mm-hmm. Like for this, we could have done so much more. We could have put more money down, got a bigger one, smaller one. Like the things that you can do, you really feel comfortable with it because you're not missing out on anything. When you go look at it, you're like, yeah, I can move this, or I can move that, or I can turn this into that, or I can get one with a bunkhouse or no bunkhouse. I can get a slide, 2 slide, 3 slide. You can get it however you really want to. And that's what made me kind of like seal the deal, because I'm like, if we're going to go pay cash for something, let it be something that you want, right? Like if you're going to put the money down, even for a deposit on an apartment, like live where you want to live and live comfortably. And if you put money down, you want to be satisfied with it. Not all the time that happen. If you go look for a house or if you go look for an apartment, you might see one apartment that, got wash and dryer connections, but it's too expensive. So now you got to go get one that ain't got a wash and dryer. It's like with this, you can find one that has a wash and dryer combination in it and you just pay for it. You know what I mean? You pay your money, or you can take that out, make it into a closet if you're like, hey, I'd rather just go wash. Yeah. But the variety.
Because I didn't want no washer and dryer. I feel like I was going to use too much water.
To be honest, let me tell y'all something about washing. When you find the right wash interior, to me, it is really like almost liberation. It's freedom to me. I low key like going to wash interiors.
I know it's calming.
You know what I mean? If you just find the right one, you really.
I'm sorry, y'all. Somebody's coming in. They got a Class A. It's cute.
Yeah.
But the other side to that is, babe, we don't have enough clothes to care about having a washer and dryer.
And there you go. There you go. So it all comes with it. Trust me. With this, there's no, I wouldn't even say right now there is any cons. And even if I did find some, I would have 1,000 more good reasons, you know what I mean, to kind of overpower that. So I don't know. I love it. I like it.
Made it our own too.
We have.
Like we painted it all white.
Yeah.
Then the kitchen part, we got an accent color on it. We got Subway white backsplash peel and stick, because it's weight. So when you're moving, it makes it heavier. We'll talk about that in another video. But we got peel and stick, Subway, black splash. We're redoing our bathroom probably next week.
Yes, we are.
We redid our room.
She brought our throw pillows, so when the couch is up, she put the pillows up, and it's homey. You walk in and you're like, oh, this is a living room.
We got like wood floors.
Oh yeah,
it's not like wood floors, but it's vinyl.
It's
vinyl, yeah,
and it looks really nice. But
rug.
I like it. I did have a lot of just questions. I wouldn't even say reserves about it, but I just did have a lot of questions. But I'm telling you, once we got in it, and once we've been in it, and it really feels home. I can call it home. And the fact that the kids are loving it, they have adapted well. First of all, the kids, when we first started talking about RV, they were ecstatic.
They were. But Mama was watching videos with me for a long time.
Yeah, and we've researched RVs and travel trailers and Class A's and Class C's and motorhomes. Like, we did this for a solid year. Like, deep research, watching YouTube. Reading articles, going to go look. And
hats off to my husband, because he just knew how to do everything already. I was like, babe, how are we going to hook up to the tank? Babe, how are we going to hook up the water? Babe, how are we going to hook up the electric? He was like, oh, I got that. I was like, you looking real sexy right now. I said that you got everything like that, because I was just like, yes. And he really had it. He got the cable. He put the TVs on the wall. We painted together, which y'all will see in the video.
Yeah. We painted together, and we do got a video of that. So, yeah, we just kind of want to,
and it's his birthday.
Oh,
He's fine, y'all.
Oh, my God.
Do not comment below and say that he's fine, because I'm going to block you.
Oh. Not as fine as this one right here. But,
I'm going to block you.
And she's serious.
I'm dead serious.
Okay. But, yeah, so we just kind of want to give you guys our 5 updates of why we even chose this route. We have more videos coming out. Man, we went from Houston to Wichita, from Wichita to Amarillo to Colorado Springs, and then Colorado Springs to Denver. And Mom went on a hike in Wichita. We found a really nice state park. Went to Amarillo. She did some tours of the RV parks and stuff like that. We didn't get footage of the RV park in Colorado Springs, only because we got there like super late. And it was actually in the mountains. And if anybody of all my mountain people know, you know that when it get dark, it's dark. Okay.
I saw a bear.
Yeah. And
I saw it.
We seen bears.
It was my eyes.
Yeah. So we have a lot more videos coming out. We got videos of us actually going to the RV place. So you guys will see the RV and us purchasing it and us towing it. And then me getting stuck. First day. Definitely getting stuck. And then us trying to back in. And then us figuring out unhitching and hitching, and along the road we just had a lot of it was a journey, but the whole way there
I had a great time.
Yeah, I had a blast, and it was super liberating. Each city we got to, it was just like, inching closer and closer to our dream, and God has been really good. God has definitely open doors. God has definitely blessed us
No, God
along the
blessed
whole
our game.
journey.
That's a whole nother video.
It is.
Because God really blessed our game.
He did.
Like,
So
he need a
big
whole
ups to the
video. Okay.
Big ups to the man upstairs, because for real, he did a lot of things for us that how we kind of confirmed that this is led by him for sure. So
we knew before we left Beaumont,
we did,
but it was just like extra confirmation as it went on and on and on, because people were really helping us. Like, it was like, really, you doing that? Because you could just tell, like, God was using people along the way. We got so many blessings.
We did.
Real. So, it got to the point where I had to start a list of people
that helped us, yes,
so we could pray for them.
And that video's like coming out soon too.
A lot of people on our list.
So we will talk about that in the next video as well. Because I also want to, we're going to shoot a video on just how much it costs to move our family. We got receipts. I kept receipts from everything. Food, tires, whatever we needed, all our expenses. We'll break it down by category, and me and Mom will talk about just how expensive it was for us to move. So just be looking out. You know, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe. Comment below, and turn that notification bell on, so you guys, when we upload a video, it just comes straight to your phone, baby. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
So
you'd be like, who are these beautiful people?
You know, and then
they live out their dreams.
You know, and that's what we doing. You know, by God's graces and faith and hope and love, we just gonna continue our journey. So thanks guys again. Be sure to tune in because we got more videos. So peace out.